everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all doing well. I don't have a candle with me, so I'm trying to improvise with my lighter. Trying to get this lit up. I hope everybody's having a great day so far. I know it's pretty early here in New York. I was just sending your text though. La la la, yeah, you know it. Let's see. I want to do a very quick reading because I'm going to be going out soon. I'll be gone for the rest of the day. But before I leave, I wanted to do a quick reading just so I don't leave you all in the lurch. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I hope. Let me put subscriber mode on. Okay, got it. Hey, how are you? Maybe Sage you've been to. Okay, this is. I love the way this safe smells, especially this incense. I put it in my incense coffin. That's what I call this thing. It looks like a coffin. Okay, I wanted to see what messages we get out for the collective today. Yesterday I was so pissed because I dropped my moonstone. I got this when I went to London in 2023 and I lost it. And then it was found, I think, earlier this year or when I got back from my trip. When I got back from Italy, that's when it was found. And I was like, oh my God. Last November. But it fell because, when I got the stone, the person told me to wear it on a specific side of my body. I had to look it up. The person didn't really explain because they were Russian and they read my energy, but they were like, yeah, you have to wear the stone on this side of your body. So I looked it up and I was like, okay, now I know why. Yes, I know why I had to wear it on that side of the body anyway. So I was wearing it. And so I'm going to take a shower. I drop it and then it chipped. I'm so mad. I don't know if you can see that right here. So this is like one of my prized possessions because it was on my first ever international trip that I got this moonstone. It costed me like 30 something pounds for this little thing, but I didn't question it. I was like, I want it. I didn't care. It was the best looking one there, so I got it. So anyway, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader, and I'm going to be doing a very quick reading for the collective, just to see what messages you need to know at this time. I'm not entirely sure which specific deck I want to use. I didn't bring all my decks over here because I would have loved to have the Archangel Michael messages. Okay, I'm trying to decide. Okay. I think I'm going to go into the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I'm all up. You're all up in my face. But, let's go into this deck. The Wisdom of the Oracle deck. What messages does the collective need to know this time? Messages providing clear and concise messages for the collective that is for the highest and greatest good. What do they need to know today or whenever they happen to watch the replay? What messages do they need to know at this time that is for their highest and greatest good? Hi, Adisha. How are you? Okay. Collective message. What messages does the collective need to know at this time? Okay, we got two cards. We got Between Worlds. So it's like some of you could be undergoing some sort of transition where you're leaving the past behind, but you're entering the new. But the new is unfamiliar and it's new to you, it's unknown. And then it's the here and now. This is about being present with in the moment that you are in. We have the numbers 3 and the number 32. Here and now. Can you let me know if you hear the music because I just want to make sure that I'm good with that, because yesterday I was outside doing a reading for the collective, and there was a DJ playing music, and it was like it became like a tarot reading party karaoke type of situation yesterday. So I'm gonna go into the guidebook. So number 3, I'm doing well, thank you. So, between worlds, transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, temporary blindness, and no man's land. The oracle message between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between worlds, you are invited to see the curiosity no, see with the curious eyes of a child, glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so, and you will not be disappointed. So this is about, like, you may be in this transition. You may have already planted seeds, and you're going to be seeing the results of whatever it is that you planted. But it may not. The results may not be exactly what you expected. But it's saying that you have to remain open and curious about what lies on the other side of this new path, new transition, or this transition that you're currently entering or you're experiencing at this time. Sometimes things can be better than you expect. It's important not to let any assumptions or preconceived notions dictate or cloud your judgment or your perception about something new that may be coming towards you or something new that you may be experiencing. There's a relationship message for this card as well. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You're in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. So this is about if you're entering into a new relationship, if you are already in a situation that is still in the process of developing or even hasn't reached that point of solidification or validation, like it doesn't have a title, a label, or anything, just be in the present moment of the experience, and see what you're learning from your interaction with this prospective love interest that you have. There could be certain things that are coming up that are being mirrored back to you, and in turn, you may be doing the same for the other person that you're dealing with. And so there may be certain things that you're going to be learning and understanding about yourself and how you are interacting with another person when it comes to love, and learning about what it is that you like, what you appreciate, what you value, what you don't value, what you could do without. This is where it's like a period of exploration that also requires curiosity and open mind, not a fixed mindset where you're expecting things to be a certain way. Remember in the previous message, it said, you could plant seeds, but you don't know what's going to grow. You may have an expectation or an idea of what you want to see grow or prosper from something that you're investing in or nurturing, but it may not be exactly what you want, or it may not end up the way you hope, and it could end up being better than you could ever hope, or it could be something that's like, yeah, maybe this isn't for me, but it's a matter of being open and curious and not letting past assumptions cloud or your judgment. See, there's clouds here. Sometimes we do that. Now, if I'm not gonna go into that much, maybe I should, whatever. In your work, sometimes this is the prosperity message. So this is for people who are wanting to be prosperous, wanting more abundance in their life, wanting more money, more career opportunities, wanting a job. In your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. So it requires you taking a risk, right? Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in new and different arenas. Remain curious, and with the right combination or timing of timing and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. So this is about remaining open and curious about what can unfold for you as you're going through some sort of transition. Okay, now I'm going to go into the here and now card. That's number 32. Essential meanings is being fully present in the moment, which is what I said. Living one day at a time. The Oracle's message. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. See, I think this is why this message is cohesive. It's a cohesive message because it's connecting to the Between Worlds card. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. In relationships, it's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now. One that is romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that is available to you. The now is all that matters. Stay present and aware in this moment. As you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit to feel the joy of love in the here and now. Okay. The prosperity message. What you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not on meeting a goal in the far-off future, but on creating your dream now. Releasing your desire for an outcome and owning that it already exists. So this is about visualization. So visioning what you want for yourself. I made up a new word, and visualization. It's about visualizing what it is and embodying it. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically tune into a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of the temporary outer conditions, you are prosperous at this moment. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. So some of you may be wanting something more for yourself, but in this moment, you may not have whatever it is that you want. Whether it's when it comes to finances, it comes to the job, it comes to the person, or even just the way life is going in general. It's just you have to start thinking about where you are right now, what it is that you want in the future, and what can you do right now that can help you get to whatever your goal is. You know, we could look into the future. We can imagine what we want our future to be like, but we're not there yet. But we have to feel like and imagine and start to live as if that already exists, you know, so that it does exist. It sounds like a mental mind if to yourself, but the thing is like you have to put yourself in that energy, you have to put yourself in that emotion, and you have to act as if you are in whatever it is that you want, you know. So if you want to be in a loving, stable relationship, then you have to have a loving, stable relationship with yourself, because how you treat yourself is also going to be indicative of how you may be treating your partner. So if you love yourself, you take care of yourself, you nurture yourself, you prioritize yourself, then that positive self-care energy is also an indication of how you will care for your partner too. You know, it's like, how can you be all that to yourself, and in a healthy way, because there are people who like that, but they're very selfish and egotistical. But if you're in this healthy mindset about yourself, your perception of yourself, and you end up in a relationship with someone, then that is ultimately going to be how you're going to be treating the person that you end up with. And now when it comes to work, you know, you got to, if there's, you envision your life in a certain way, you envision yourself being in a certain field, then you know you have to go out there and learn all the skills, get all the certifications, the trainings, the experience that you need. And with doing that, that's when you're putting yourself in that energy of whatever it is that you want to get into. Like, say, if you want to become a doctor, you have to go to medical school, right? You have to do pre-med, you have to take all the science classes that you need to take. And then before you could actually get into medical school, right? And then when you're in medical school, you get the hands-on training, the education and the experience, and you're put in this environment and that the energy of becoming a doctor. So you get the opportunity to act as if you're a doctor, even though you're not a doctor. So it's like play pretend. That's how we have to live in this moment, not in a delusional way, but with the intention of leading ourselves to whatever our ultimate desire is. You know, it's a very strategic thing to do. It's like when you go to school, you want to go get your college degree, you have to take all the classes you need in order to pass and earn your degree. So you're doing the work in order to meet the goal. So whatever it is that you are wanting for yourself, right, and that you want to experience and be able to attract and achieve, you have to start embodying the energy and start doing the work that will lead you towards it, and lead that, and in turn attract it towards you. You know. Now, I got this Answer Oracle card, so let's see. It's funny. The Courage card. I don't know. Some of you are feeling like you have to be brave, and the Between Worlds does talk about like risk. You know, sometimes, you know, you're entering the unknown, leaving behind what you already know to go into a new world, not knowing, but then there's certain risks that you have to take that you know you don't really know are going to pan out in your favor. But it takes someone who is brave and courageous to take that risk, you know, willing to possibly lose. But ultimately, what you gain is experience, knowledge, wisdom. Okay, what? Okay, let's see what this is about. Exam. Oh my God, wasn't it talk like about school and stuff? Exam. I don't know if some of you are wanting to. And then we have countryside. That song makes me. Exam, countryside. Exam diagnostic certificates, election registration. I don't know if some of you are displaced now where you're unsure about what you want to do, and you may be considering what it is that you want. You could be in this transition of like, I want to leave behind the past. I want to enter a new path. I want to go on a new journey. I want to experience new things. I want to do things differently. But it's about like, okay, what am I going to do? What is it that I'm going to be stepping into? You may be in this stage where you're deciding what path you're going to take. And for some of you, it could be having to do with school. It could be with a profession, a career, or something. With the exam card coming out, some of you may be considering some sort of certification programs, maybe going back to school. For some of you, I don't read health stuff, but some of you may be going through a health journey, and there may be certain testing that you need to take, and you're not sure how those results are going to be. But ultimately, those results, regardless of what they are, whether they're positive or negative, they're going to put you in this place where you're like, wow, if you had some sort of fear of having something, and then you find out you don't have it, then you're going to start thinking, oh my gosh, the thought of having that scared the hell out of me. What can I do to make sure that that doesn't happen? Like, I don't get sick, you know? So you may change the way, you may make lifestyle changes. For some of you, if you are getting testing, or you have already had some sort of testing and they've already told you or diagnosed you with something, some of you are already now having to make changes in your life with your health, you know, because of the results of some sort of tests that you've had, diagnostics that you've had. For some of you, Now the countryside, that I don't really like the countryside card. I don't know if some of you are living in a country, you may be visiting a countryside. It does say aquaculture, irrigation, harvesting, and rent. The irrigation though, I don't know if some of you are going to be having some sort of surgery or you had some sort of injury that, you know, I would say beware of that. Be careful. Please stay safe. Because when I think of irrigation, I'm thinking about a wound being cleansed. Okay? I know that's not, the countryside doesn't have anything about getting hurt or anything, but that's what came to my mind. But some of you, you know what, too? Some of you are thinking about what it is that you want to grow. What do you want to harvest? What rewards do you want to reap? You reap what you sow. Some of you may be in this reflective place where you're looking at the past and looking at what you have grown. And now you may be changing or transitioning or thinking about what else can you do. Or maybe you're not happy or proud. Well, maybe hopefully you are, like, but some people aren't happy with what they've grown, and now they're like, okay, what else can I do? You know, what else can I grow? What else can I start new? What other seeds can I plant? Because it shows farming, growing, cultivating. So there's something you're cultivating. Can I get something else? Trust. Trust. Cats are about intuition, but it says sincerity, respect, carefulness, and support. I'm a spiritual channel. So some of you need to have faith and trust that things will be well, especially if you're doing your part. You know, trust the process. Trust the support that you have around you. Trust that you will get the support that you need. Gratitude. Appreciate, thank you, cherish. Remember, you have to be grateful for where you are right now. Be in the present moment. You may not have everything that you want, but there are things that you have that you can be grateful for, you know? And even if it's just one thing, then that's something. One thing is something, you know? Let me see what time it is, because I gotta leave at a certain time. I think I'm gonna clarify these cards. Let me see what cards I have here. Okay, let's use these. The Crystal Tarot. Crystal Magic Tarot. Okay. Trust the process. Trust that you're going to be guided, that you're going to get the support that you need. That some of you may not be sure that you're on the right path. Okay. I want to know what this exam is. Let's see if I can narrow down this exam. What is this exam for the collective? What can you tell us about the exam for the collective? What is this exam for the collective? If you're new to my channel, my name is Tan, Artemis Oracle. It's my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reading. So what is this exam? Exam. Okay. Some of you may have taken an exam and you might be in this waiting period where you don't know if you're passed or not. You could be waiting for the results with the Two of Swords showing up. Yeah, you're waiting for some sort of decision to be made. Okay. I don't, like, something came up to my mind, remission. I don't know if some of you are in remission from something, because I don't know if some of you are worried or concerned that something may have come back with the Judgment card. So you're like, you don't know right now. You're in the unknown. You don't know if that may not resonate with everybody, okay? But the reason why I say Judgment, because it talks about something being revived, something being coming back to life. And then I thought of remission. So it could, some of you could be waiting for that. Yeah, you could be in this like waiting period, unknown. You're like, you feel like you're, I don't want to say hanging out to dry, but you're like, you're suspended in a period of a waiting period that has you maybe even thinking or imagining the possibilities of whatever it is, you know, whatever the results. Like, okay, I'm Two of Swords. It's like there's some sort of, you're in your head coming to terms. You may be thinking about, okay, if this happens, then what am I gonna do? If that happens, what am I gonna do? Um, the Hangman is like, there's like, some of you may feel like you're stuck in this period of waiting. You're just waiting for some sort of information. You're waiting for a decision. You're waiting for an answer, a judgment. Nine of Coins. It could have to do with money. It could have to do with your health. But it could also have to do with it could be finances. It could be your health. Because I associate health with pentacles too. Like your energy, your life force. Your life is valuable. Your energy is valuable. So some of you, you know what I'm getting though? I am not a doctor. Your doctor will tell you if there's something wrong, if there isn't. But for some of you, I'm going to say this. I feel like some of you, you're safe. You're good with the Nine of Pentacles. You know, if you were already putting in the work and you made some sort of changes, you already went through the transition and you made positive changes in your life, you're going to see that the results are favorable. And you're going to be feeling good and abundant about yourself. You're going to be like full of life. You see there's a lot of green around her. There's money. You're going to, this is a positive energy. She looks happy too. She feels complete. She feels whole. So some of you are going to be getting something that, or news about something that's going to make you feel good. It's going to bring you good news. It's going to make you feel good. You're probably going to get a clean bill of health. Remember, I'm not your doctor. Your doctor tells you if you're going to be healthy or not me. But for some of you, this is what's coming out. That if you're worrying about something, you may not have anything to worry about. But it's understandable if there was something in the past and you're like, wow, oh my gosh, like if I had to experience that again, it's like, it's going to be a whole new cycle, you know? But for some of you, it's like you're already past it. You're already moved on from it. And now, but it could be for some of you, if you have taken some sort of test or exam, you are finding out that you've passed it. And it could be for a government job. It could be for entry into school, like admissions, an admissions exam. It could be for, like I said, it could be a government job. It could be for anything that would require an exam, where a positive result will put you in this positive, abundant, feel good, independent energy, you know? Maybe some of you may be getting a result about, some of you may be finding out you're getting admitted into something like some sort of program, some sort of certificate program. It could have been very competitive. It could be a degree program, a certificate program. And now you're going to be able to register. And now you can start really planning for your future, thinking about what you want to do. It could also be a loan, a decision about a loan for a business that you may be wanting to start. Okay. I hope these messages are helpful. Now let's go into countryside. What's this countryside? Countryside is more like, for me, cultivation, growth, planting seeds, reaping what you sow, a harvest. It's giving me Seven of Pentacles energy, you know. One more. Okay. So Four of Coins was the first card that came out. This is about being in your comfort zone, feeling comfortable, safe, but sometimes in a negative aspect is being stuck. But then the Six of Wands, yeah, like I feel like there's something positive that's going to happen. Because the Four of Coins, yeah, it's like the same as Three of Coins, but Three of Coins is indicating that there's collaboration, there's teamwork, there's, what is it? The teamwork makes the dream work, or something like that. But then the Six of Wands comes out, and Six of Wands is about victory, success, overcoming challenges, obstacles. So some of you may be overcoming that comfort zone that you have put yourself in. Um, and now, because in this card, if you look at these two cards, the countryside, it shows people working together, right? And they got the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about working together. So you could be in this process, or you may be entering a process, or whatever you're working on with other people where there may have been a bit of stagnancy. There's going to be some sort of success, some sort of movement. If there was some sort of challenge or obstacle that's been getting in your way, or whatever you're working on's way, it could be a project that you're working on. It could be anything that you may have been collaborating with other people. You're gonna overcome whatever that is. And didn't I say the Seven of Pentacles? Look at that. I said this card is reminding me of the Seven of Pentacles. And look at that. Whatever you and whoever you may be working with, you're going to find your way around whatever obstacle you are facing. Because see, this Seven of Coins shows somebody that's looking, there's a path ahead. So whoever you're working with, you're going to find a way past whatever obstacles that have created some sort of stagnancy in whatever project you've been working on. You know, I like that. I like that. I said that card. I called it. I called it. Okay. So let's go into trust. And this could also it could be tied to this, you know, the first exam, you know, whatever obstacles that you've been, like I said, you've been in a period of pause, you're waiting for some sort of answer. Whatever that answer is going to remove the blockage and allow you to successfully move forward with something, especially if it's something that requires you to work with other people. So maybe some of you, it is a job, and then you're going to be finding a job. You're going to successfully find a job that's going to align with whatever it is that you want. That's going to put you in this place of financial stability and abundance, or even being fulfilled in the moment you're currently in, right? But you're also going to be working with other people. Collaborative. I don't think it's going to be a toxic, if it's work, I don't think it's going to be a toxic work environment. If there was some sort of blockage, if there was somebody that was interfering, that person is probably going to be removed from the situation. Okay, trust. We got the Magician card. Some of you may be manifesting something. Some of you probably need to remember and trust that you have all the skills and resources that you need to achieve some sort of goal. The Magician has his intellect, or their intellect. They have the resources, they have the passion, and they also have the love. So you have to remember that everything that you need already exists within you, and you need to have more faith in yourself. Trust that you're going to make the right decisions for you. And whatever decision you make, it is a right decision because you made it, you know? Okay. Sincerity, respect, carefulness, and support. Some of you could have been very careful. That could be the Four of Pentacles. You know, some of you maybe didn't want to step out of your comfort zone because you felt like it was going to bring some sort of disruption, possibly. Because I got the Five of Swords coming out, and that's conflict. But I feel like you're going to start to see things clearly with that, holding that Ace of Swords. You're going to see the truth. You're going to see clearly. You're going to find the answer. And whatever whatever you may be going through that may be conflicting, that may be causing drama or conflict within you or around you. Definitely protected. And yeah, and once you find this truth, things are going to start to move very swiftly. I believe that's a crow. I don't know if some of you see crows, but then you may be getting some sort of sign that's letting you know that you're on the right path. It doesn't have to be a crow. It could be anything that you consider a sign to you. Something that is a good omen to you. But it's like once you find out the truth, you find the answer within the problem. Because remember, sometimes the problem is complicated, but the solution is so simple. For you, it may be trusting yourself, needing to trust yourself. needing to trust that you have everything you need within you to make the right decision, to choose right for yourself, to see the truth, to see things clearly. And then this is what allows things to move swiftly and quickly, you know. This is going to allow things to flow, you know, because the Eight of Wands, you see all those wands are together. They're in sync. Everything is aligning. So there's some sort of alignment that may be coming for some of you once you see the truth. And the truth is trust. You have to trust yourself. Trust that you have the support. Trust that there are people that respect you. Trust that there are sincere people, that you're sincere. But to be careful not to get stuck with the Four of Coins. Don't allow yourself to get stuck, because I think that could be the reason why there was some sort of blockage. But then it's like once you start to see the truth and you cut through any illusions, then that's what allows things to flow. The illusions could be the blockages, you know. So let's find out about gratitude, which is at the bottom of the deck. What does the collective need to be grateful for, Spirit? What does the collective need to be grateful for? Oh, we got the Page of Coins. What does the collective need to be grateful for? Can I get 2 more cards for what the collective needs to be grateful for? Got the Knight of Swords. But this Knight of Swords is interesting because he's wearing copper, and we know copper is associated with healing. Okay, I had cards fall, and I caught them with my thighs. But this is a big chunk of cards. A big chunk of cards came out, so I'm not going to take that. Because then I'll be forever reading that. Because I'll read so many different combinations, and I ain't got time for that right now. What else? One more thing from what the collective needs to be grateful for. Be grateful that you're going to receive the proper information, guidance, valuable information and guidance that's going to help direct you towards the path that you need to go on. That you will see the truth of the matter, that you will take the right actions, and the actions you're going to be taking are going to be based on the valuable information that you're receiving. Some of you may also be in a healing process, and your healing is what's allowing you to see more things clearly. It's also allowing you to learn about yourself and also the situations that you may be experiencing around you and how you react to them and how they also impact you. Can I get one more for the collective? And King of Swords, yeah. You're gonna, whatever decision, like, it's important for you to be grateful for any information that you're going to be learning, that there are going to be honest, truthful people around you, but also that you have the intellect, that you have the power, that you have the authority over yourself and over your life. There could be somebody coming in that's also going to be a teacher to you. So also remember, your experiences are your teacher as well, you know. So be grateful for where you are right now, if this is going to be a new beginning for you. Be grateful for your past experiences that have taught you, that have shaped you, but have made you more discerning and more aware of what you need to look out for, and allows you to see things clearly, provides you more clarity. But there could be somebody, a air sign around you. You may be an air sign. The 10 of Cups came out. So when it comes to for gratitude, appreciate your experience. Appreciate your past. Be proud of the healing that you have done, the person that you have become. I feel like it's about being grateful for who you are right now, at this moment. Even if you're not happy with where you are, but remember where you came from. Remember where you were. You're no longer that person. You're someone new. You're healed. You're smarter. You had to trust yourself. You know the truth. You know the truth about yourself, and that's the most important thing. You know, you need to know who you are, understand who you are more than anything, because in turn that allows you to understand other people, right? But it's like where you are in this moment, appreciate where you are in this moment. Look for anything good in your life that you have. Even if it's you have to look at past versions of yourself and see how much you've grown because of the experiences you've had, you know? Especially the experiences that have in some ways helped you heal, that have wounded you but also have healed you. It's reminding me of kintsugi. I think that's what it's called, when something's broken and then you put it back together and it becomes more valuable. I'm getting that energy. It's like everything that you've experienced from your past to now, has made you even more valuable. You know, find fulfillment in where you are right now, in anything. And I'm not talking about toxic. You know, I'm not about toxic positivity. If you have issues that you need to address, then you need to address it. If there's feelings you need to process, then process them. If there's conflicts that you need to address, then address them. But when it comes to who you are, be proud of who you are. Be proud of how far you've come and the wisdom you've learned along the way and where it's leading you. Because I feel like whatever is coming towards you is going to be good. You know, it's just a matter of you having trust in yourself. Trust that you're planting the right seeds. Trusting that you can pass or overcome any tests and that you're healing, whether it is a health issue. Remember, you have to talk to your doctor about medical issues. But just knowing that, you know, there's good to look forward to. But you have to see the good for where it is in this current moment. You know? And this is when this emotional fulfillment will be. You have to feel this fulfillment within yourself at this moment, you know, as you're going through some sort of transition. You know, you have to be in the here and now as you're going through the transition. You know, this is the here and now, is that it's like the middle ground. It's that place of limbo where you don't know what's on the other side of that path. You know, you're right here in this line. You know, you're still in the past, but you're now in the future. But you need to be in the present. You know what I mean? That sounds weird. You're in the future. You're heading towards the future. But right now you're in the now. Okay? So let me see. Okay, I'm gonna have to end this reading now because I have to leave. I thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time, your energy. I hope this reading resonated with you in the best way possible. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. My name is Tan. I am your reader, and I'm wishing you a wonderful day ahead wherever you are, regardless if you're watching the live stream or the replay. Please take care, and I'm sending you lots of love and light. Bye, everyone.